I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax.
Welcome back to the Ren and Stimpy recap. Last week we talked about lumberjacks, and today we're taking a look at Prehistoric Stimpy.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
I like the title card. It's very goofy looking, but it's just so different from anything we have seen so far. Now, I do remember stuff from this episode, so I know this could just be models from the episode, like slapped on a background, but it stands out so much that I wouldn't care that much, to be honest. It's just a great card.
This is the world-famous Museum of Natural History.
We all know who that is. Or I do at least. I'd recognize that rambling anywhere. So Wilbur is talking as the camera pans over cool looking dinosaur skeletons until we reach Ren and Stimpy.
Look how big it is. Yeah, come on. I'll race you to the top. Yeah, Ren.
Ren, to no one's surprise, does not know how to behave in a museum and just starts running up the skeleton and jumping on its head as Stimpy is worried that they are gonna get into trouble.
Tigers!
You wait right there. I'll be down in a jiffy.
As he tries to get down, Wilbur falls and breaks the whole skeleton and now looks like this. It's a cool design, to be honest. Maybe it's just that dinosaurs are cool.
So,
Wilbur asks the two if they like dinosaurs, and they nod their heads as Wilbur starts today's yapping session and goes to show the two the biggest dinosaur there ever was.
the Stimpy-saurus, the stupidest creature that ever lived.
Ren hilariously gets mad at Stimpy because he told Ren he was the stupidest one ever. Now he has to hand over his stupidest person ever badge. Just gold.
Wait a sec. Ye gods, it's hot in here. Now, where was I?
Wilbur says the Stimpysaurus was a giant among men. We get a gross close-up shot as Wilbur now tells them that they need to go way back to tell the story of the Stimpysaurus.
Way back! Back to when the Earth was in its infancy.
Okay, that was kinda cool. I also absolutely love the colors here. I'm pretty sure this is the image I tried to use on my channel banner like a year ago when I first created this channel. I remember being so sad that it wasn't large enough. I put the text on it and everything, it just didn't work. But the one we got now is cool as well. That's funny and gross. Now the three are in a bathtub as Wilbur keeps telling the story with quite an audience.
Slimy sea scum took its first steps out of the water.
Why are you showing me this on screen? We thankfully cut back to the past with just amazing visuals. If Lair of the Lammex looked even close to this, I would have liked it a lot more. We see the first Stimpy fish to set foot on land.
Most important evolutionary event to date.
Unfortunately, he walks right into a tar pit as Wilbur laughs and calls him a dope. Kinda rude. His little walk was really funny though. Now we cut 150 billion years later with the next try.
Well, what do you know? He made it!
Wilbur says that fossil records show that Stimpy, like the Stimpy, I guess, I don't know what you call it, this is the Stimpy fish and the Stimpysaurus, or just the Stimpy, was a revolutionary, evolutionary dead end. Now we are back with Wilbur and Ren and Stimpy, as Wilbur now is a nun.
I tell you, it would have hurt a lot less to jump in that tar pit instead of getting hit by a bus. I'll tell you that.
Ren says there was like no buses back then, but Wilbur shows him the skeleton of a bus and it looks cool. He starts talking about the past again as the great visuals continue.
With fauna and flora of all types, life was good.
Season 4 got some really good coloring. This all looks fantastic. We see a human getting dragged by some flying thing, and then we get to see this.
And in this battle, one beast reigns supreme.
The Rensaurus, or the Renrex, first looked intimidating, but it is super tiny. It gets stomped by the Stimpysaurus, who does its iconic roar.
Happy, happy, da, yoy, yoy.
We move forward to the Triassic period, with a time span that makes no sense whatsoever, but that's the joke, of course. Wilbur says that in this time period, the Stimpysaurus had a hand in nurturing the rise of man by living in trees.
This behavior proved beneficial to early man in many ways. It provided...
So I guess Wrens are humans in this universe now? The lightning strikes the Stimpysaurus, who catches on fire and, like, burns the Wrens, but more of them come up to warm their butts, so it's all good.
This majestic mountain of might ruled over all he surveyed.
The Stimpysaurus, unfortunately, sticks its head in a tar pit, just like its ancestor, and just straight up dies. I just can't get over how good this episode looks. Now we're back to yapping.
Some say it was the coming of the Ice Age. Others think it was a comet.
So now Wilbur is talking about what killed the dinosaurs. We get a pretty funny joke where the dinosaurs died out because the burger place was closed, so they didn't get enough food.
Just between you, me, and the chiggers, I know what really killed the dinosaurs.
So Wilbur's theory is that TV killed the dinosaurs, which is really ironic since he is supposed to be like the creator of animation. They really couldn't just have used another character here.
And they all drank out of a dirty dog dish. Disgusting habit. Oh no, sorry, it was...
He is just taking us to Yappingsville at this point. Talking about how they died out because they all went to New Jersey while they are sitting on another skeleton.
I still say this is a load of crap. That's all he gives us. Crap. Crap, crap, crap. Man, I'm bored.
Me too, Ren. Can Wilbur fall off again? Stimpy steals half his face and makes an impression of him, which is pretty accurate, because he just goes blah blah blah. Ren is not feeling it though.
Together, all that. Then they all went swimming, just minutes after they'd eaten.
He just has theory upon theory. We now see dinosaurs jumping off buildings thinking they are all Superman, which is pretty funny. Ren and Stimpy have now grown old from listening to him. Fair.
Beast coughed and bounced at the same time and all exploded.
That's actually hilarious. It might seem like I'm disliking the episode because of Wilbur, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it right now. We transition to the next yapping.
It'll all be over soon, pal.
Well, it was a Peruvian butt plunge, yeah, and they all had to...
Ren pulls out the saw as Wilbur just starts screaming nonsense, but then he gets caught with a net and 2 policemen arrest him for impersonation since he is actually just a bone polisher.
No, it was me! I killed the dinosaurs! Me, I did it!
Wilbur is actually entertaining now. He says he ran the dinosaurs over with his truck as he is pulled away. Ren says that they don't need him anymore, or at all, because they have him, Ren Hoek.
Now, come on, Stimpy. I'm hungry. Let's go get a taco.
That's a good ending. This one was very much all over the place, but I liked that actually. It felt like so much was happening, and that's because it was a lot of stuff happening here. Half the episode was just different prehistorical segments, which all were super entertaining. Pretty much all of these had excellent coloring and backgrounds, making it all very nice to look at. Add to that many of the segments were actually funny, which is something I have learned not to take for granted with this show. Then the other half with Wilbur, Ren and Stimpy at the museum was actually very entertaining as well. As someone who's not Wilbur's biggest fan, I was surprised at how funny I found his dialogue here. I think they hit that perfect spot where his rambling is understandable enough to work, but still so nonsensical that it's really funny to listen to. Even if Wilbur had been completely unfunny in this episode though, it still would have been solid because honestly the visuals and fast-paced story would still carry it. Ren and Stimpy don't get to do much here, at least not the modern day versions of them. Like most Wilbur appearances, he steals the show, for better or for worse, by going on his rants while not letting anyone else say anything. While it would have been nice for Ren and Stimpy to get more lines in this episode, I would argue here Wilbur was more of a George Licker, where it made sense for him to be the one talking more because he was actually entertaining. Fun fact, this could be considered an unofficial third Untamed World episode. It's very similar to the first one with all the animal versions of Ren and Stimpy, and I kinda wished it was one, although, like I said, I enjoyed this presentation they had with Wilbur Cobb. All in all, a good episode. Join me next week where we're taking a look at farmhands.
Goodbye, folks.